Red Sox probably should have stopped expecting Devers to be something that he wasn't. They apparently didn't feel like he gave them enough. The other teams involved, the Braves, the Padres, the Blue Jays, all inquired about Rafael Devers, according to Sean McAdam, but as he put it, they weren't as motivated as the Giants. Not as motivated. But the Braves, Padres, Blue Jays all checked in. And then on June 15th, he gets moved to the Giants. Well ahead of the deadline. Long before the Giants got truly desperate. The Red Sox didn't hold out for a better offer from that team. They didn't hold out for a better offer from any of the other teams involved. So now we know of 4 teams that called on Devers. 4. And I'm surprised there were 4 teams that called. Because I know how cheap most of this league is. But apparently not the Blue Jays, who signed Vlad Guerrero to a $500 million contract not too long ago, going back about not even 2 months, not even 8 weeks ago. They signed Vladdy to a $500 million deal. You want Vladdy for $500 million or Devers for $254 going forward? Just to put it in context within your own division. Financial flexibility. Be smarter than that, Boston. Be smarter. It's about cheaping out. The Red Sox have plenty of money to pay Devers, even if he's not their leader, even if he's not playing in the field. If he does nothing other than show up and mash, that's it. He's worth it. He's worth it, and he's worth having on your roster. And he makes your team a lot better. And they're a lot worse today because he's not in the lineup. A lot worse. And it makes me lose a lot of hope for where this season's about to go after having more hope about the Red Sox yesterday than I've had in a very long time.
What a weekend they
You
had.
saw my text, man. I was so excited about this weekend. I've barely missed a pitch for 10 days running now.
Damn.
And I don't know. I felt like something was building. The thing I kept saying is the thing they can instantly improve upon was their starting pitching, going deeper in games, and it happened. It happened. And they played so well over the weekend. They looked like a different team.
Yep.
For once, it was the other guys who were playing like a bunch of morons. And that was the Yankees.
Get to him, like the guy, you get him sleeping between second and third, and throw down to second, and Meyer knows to get to the bag, and then you run him down like you just peg him. Like that's the stuff you used to do. And young kids just being involved there. Like Meyer's on the end of that thing. Great throw to second, get him on third. Like wow, I haven't seen that in a while. They're playing smart ball, starting to play smart baseball,
and they trade him immediately after the series. When they know they have 9 games on the road on the West Coast, the team is not in the ballpark, and they are not back here until next Friday night, the 27th, will be the next time the Red Sox are playing at home when they take on the Blue Jays. So they made this deal knowing the team was leaving, knowing that they wouldn't have to face the crowds at Fenway today or tomorrow. Maybe Brelo will travel to go face the team himself. Maybe John Henry will travel to face the team himself. Not only the team, but they're going to have to answer to the manager to some degree.
Definitely.
Even though I don't think all that highly of him. I know they do, the way they treat him. All of it's now, out of sight, out of mind. Team is on the West Coast, and we're going to do a Zoom today. Just wait until all of a sudden they can't hear a question. What? I can't hear you. Muted.
Sorry.
Just wait.
John, you're next, followed by Ben.
What a bunch of cowards.
Thank you.
That's not by mistake.
Nope.
I'm willing to bet that they talked to the Giants and they settled on a date that they would do the deal. The Giants are saying we want him now, and they're saying not yet.
We want him now. We'll pay every
We still
cent,
need him
or
a
we're
little
done.
bit.
We're out.
Let us get through that Yankee series. Let us get through that series, and then we'll make the move that afternoon.
That's the way it looks, really. 'Cause I'm like, this doesn't just come together last night. It's like, we need him for Father's Day. The Father's Day matinee, and then we'll move him.
Guys, we just took on a massive shipment of those City Connect jerseys, and they're selling really well.
What are they going to do with all those now? Rip the number off, right? You can rip the numbers off.
No,
those go straight to Marshalls, man.
They'll be in TJ Maxx or Marshalls near you very soon.
My kid was just starting.
And that's a good one to buy.
Yeah.
Because that guy's a great player. He will continue to be a great player, and he'll be worth every penny of his $254 million remaining. And the Red Sox could have kept him and still spent a boatload of money. That
crazy concept.
I know that that there are some, again, small segment, not a lot of people, but there is a small segment of the fan base that for some reason thinks getting out from under the contract was necessary or will make them better or make them bigger players in free.
People think they're going to take that money and spend.
It's a horrible way to be a fan.
That's such a delusional view. It's just not based in reality. You're just letting ownership off the hook. You're letting the whole franchise off the hook. Don't be a sap. Wake up.
Well, it's the same thing as the lineup flexibility you have moving forward now that Devers isn't here. Hey, you know what else you could do? You could not move your best bat, too, and also create lineup flexibility with another move. It's crazy. Crazy.
Only $9 million away from getting under the luxury tax now as well. So they've built themselves a little safety net once this team, if they crater or they fall apart, much easier to get underneath now, and they can reset and say it's about next year when the whole message you've been giving since the end of last season was that the dial was turned to the present. This is not a move you make if the dial's turned to the present. There's no way to justify it when one of these guys is going to be on the big league roster, and even he's on the IL for at least another week or two in Jordan Hicks.
What a horrible way to be a fan to think that way. Oh, let's get him some more financial flexibility. For what?
The flexibility
that's not even needed. They have flexibility. They are the Red Sox.
It's not your money.
That's the fun of being the Red Sox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That you can charge what you charge and you can rake it in the way you do and not be Tampa Bay, right? I mean, that's the fun of being Boston.
Beetle, the whole point of having Roman Anthony, Christian Campbell, Marcelo Meyer, Carlos Narvaez on the team is so that you can have a contract like Rafael Devers on your roster. That's the whole point of all of this.
You can have 3 or 4 of those contracts.
Exactly. Yep. That's the whole point of what you built.
It's not like, you could have 3 or 4. I've even seen that today. Well, this is obviously so they can pay Meyer and they can pay Roman. What? Guy, they've been in the majors for 5 minutes. Yeah, I know they paid Christian Campbell, but it was $70 million. What are we talking about? Hello? Don't get silly. Very, very disappointing day. Giants acquired Devers yesterday. I agree with him. They could have waited longer. They could have received a better deal. He rips the 13th overall pick of the draft of a year ago. Not even a year ago yet. As a player who has not hit, a player that has had problems, that he may not be everything he was, promised to be. The Giants moved on from that particular player. Why? You think it's because they love the guy?
It was a guy who went 1 pick after your pick of Braden Montgomery.
Yeah.
I do think Tibbs, and people are going to not like this, he is like Tristan Casas light to me. A guy who strikes out left, but doesn't chase on anything out of the zone, has power.
Fart. Good God.
You can cry about Tristan Casas. I'm not saying personality-wise he is that guy.
You just said he's Tristan Casas light.
In terms of the profile as a player, yes. But not personality.
I think Tristan Casas is light to begin with. I don't want to see a light version of him.
Before a rough month.
This guy another mustache weirdo.
He got promoted to Double-A immediately as well.
Yankees got more for Lance Dobbins.
Don't forget Jose Bayo either, the reliever down in the Arizona Complex League.
And Dobbins was good over the
Brian
weekend.
Bayo?
We could have talked about that today.
Right? That's a great storyline.
It was a great storyline. He went out and had his best start. And here we are talking about this instead today. The Red Sox. Unbelievable. Got a couple of more that were sent in about Red Sox going west. Orsillo went to the Padres.
Don't do that.
Lester went to Oakland.
That's right.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Cespedes and then
Yes.
Porcello.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Lester to Oakland. They send them all to California. It's like, we're moving on. You got to go to California. You got to go as far away from Boston as we can get you. West Coast, here you come. Let's go to Matt in Manchester. Hi, Matt.
Hey, guys, I got a couple points for you. So, one, if this deal was in the making for 3 weeks, why the hell would they be playing or pitching Kyle Harrison as he was warming up as the trade happened. So I think something either happened with Devers after the game that caused that. Also, that's the main piece of your or of the trade, and you're like, okay, yep, going straight to AAA. Also, don't be surprised if Chapman's gone this week either. Friday he threw 8 pitches, and then you don't use them at all in the biggest series of the year. Makes no sense. Thanks, guys.
Okay, I'm not going to discuss that particular point. Steve, let's just move on. Steve is in Miami. Steve, go ahead.
Hi, good morning. Actually, not a good morning. It's a sad morning. I mean, here the Red Sox just have decimated the Yankees after decimating them last week, and Tampa Bay in between. They were in the running, and the Yankees left town with their tails between their legs and their fans, and now all of a sudden they are feeling thrilled. First of all, no Red Sox player has had as many home runs against the Yankees as Devers. You did not replace him in the batting order. It's just amazing how they're on a high, and then all of a sudden now they're on a low.
Yes, Steve, their timing on this is brutal. It absolutely sucks, and their timing in general blows. The latest example being that Craig Brelo and Sam Kennedy have just announced what time they will hold a Zoom.
Let me guess.
What time do you think so?
These effing cowards.
I'm going to think 3 o'clock.
Nope. Keep going.
6 o'clock.
Nope. Keep going.
Oh, F you. I don't even care now. 8?
8 p.m. They're going to hold a Zoom tonight. 8 p.m.
How nice. How convenient for everybody.
They needed a full 24 hours to figure out what it is they're going to say to try and dress this up.
One of my first questions, if you're
Losers,
even a lot of questions
you
to get in
losers.
line on Zoom, the stupidity of Zoom. What happened last week with you two where, Sam, you were talking about Devers playing ball. What a great job he was doing, taking balls. And you, Craig, you said, I don't think Sam has a full grasp of what we're doing here. And you two guys are going to do it together?
What a cowardly franchise. They really are.
More than 24 hours after the trade.
What a bunch of cowards.
Look at T-Bone. He doesn't feel as bad as he did yesterday. I think the more and more you get away from it, I think the better you'll feel. Right, T-Bone? You feel better today. Look at him. He woke up and he said, why don't I feel so angry? Yeah.
Now I'm angry again. This show's done it to me.
And I know what my guess is they're headed west. My guess is they're traveling. Did they not know it? What time did the deal go down?
It was like 6:30 when it started leaking.
Did they not know at 6:30 last night that they were going to travel? Could they have immediately said, we'll talk to you at 9 a.m.? Yeah. We'll talk to you at 8 a.m.
Or
we'll
put
talk
out a
to you at 10
statement.
a.m. We'll talk to you at noon. We'll talk to you in the morning or tonight. Why not 8 o'clock last night? Something. 8 p.m.
You got to
tonight.
pack for the trip.
They're going to claim they wanted to talk to the team before they spoke to the media. That's what that will be.
Yeah.
After they all sat on the plane together and reacted to the news with everybody else.
Yeah, they already told him on the plane.
They put him in a cab.
By the way, any reaction on social media, Tyler,
Freaking cab.
regarding the team?
And nothing
Anybody
against
on the
cabs,
team?
by the way. I love cabs.
Players? Like anybody respond? Like, hey, man.
Poor guys playing trivia and
miss
watching Fallon clips.
Yeah, I know. Don't you hate that?
Kind of quiet from the team, huh?
Can I mute
Extremely.
this?
Just have the admin who's posting more annoying tweets, but they're an intern. It's not
Who's
their
that?
fault.
What's going
the
on?
Red Sox admin.
I said anybody on the team, like these guys are so active on social media. Anybody, we're going to miss you. Best wishes to you. My brother.
Cora put out a thank you tweet or story post last night like he usually does, and that was about it.
Okay.
What's playing back there? Oh, I know what it is.
Why can't we be friends?
This is what's playing on loop
Just,
while Devers is on his way back to Fenway.
3-minute clip. Yep.
What is that?
That's the Fallon theme.
Oh.
When you're in
Oh,
the back of the
you're in
cab
the
and
back
just
of the
you watch
cab.
that video
Yeah.
over
Oh, I
and
don't take
over
cabs.
and over again.
Josh in Walpole. Hi, Josh.
What's up, guys? I'm going to be honest, a little disappointed in your reaction. Last week, Zoe, you were just talking about how Devers are just walking all over the team, walking all over Cora, and now we get rid of him finally and turn the page on a culture and tradition that Devers was just destroying. He was a cancer in the locker room. He didn't want to be here anymore, and it's time to turn the page to Jarren Duran and build around a guy that wants to play here and tries hard every single night. Secondly, Beetle. You got all over Alex Cora for missing a game 2 weeks ago for going to his daughter's graduation. Little curious to hear what you were doing last Wednesday as it's in the season of graduations. I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, I was actually at the graduation because it happened during the show, dickhead.
During our actual work show. Yeah.
Also,
Jaron Duran tries hard. Jaron Duran goes to bed dreaming of being half the player Rafi Devers is.
I heard your graduation was over at 8 a.m. and you were watching the show with your mother at 10 a.m.
No, I didn't go home and watch TV with my mom.
You do
like
have
the manager of this team
you
did.
have that box at home. You could do the show from home after your little ceremony.
At what time? 1 p.m.?
No, I don't care. You had a family thing.
Not to mention I have a regular job, unlike the guy who makes $7 million a year to be a major league manager. And there are some expectations that come with that, Josh. Some expectations.
And we're going to start pumping up Jaron Duran, who's barely been a league average hitter this year and has been so unimpressive against lefties. They sat him on the first day of the Yankees series and now moved him to 5th in the order against lefties. So he's your leadoff hitter half the time. Let's be for real. What a superstar is versus a fine, good player. There's a big difference.
Jaron Duran because he tries hard.
Wouldn't that be something if
Tell me you know nothing about this sport when you say Devers being traded is good and thank God we have Jaron Duran. Moron.
They answer something that way here on this Zoom. Like, well, it really came down to it, too. Like, if we had to move Duran or move Devers. Duran's really.
And by the way, there's not a single shred of evidence that he was a problem in the clubhouse. None. Nothing.
Maybe that'll start coming
He
out.
was pissing and moaning about not playing in the field. There's no evidence there were issues in the clubhouse. But you know what? This is Boston. This is the Red Sox. So I fully expect a full-blown PR campaign.
Quiet.
Terry Francona, medicine chest style, Bob Hohler bullcrap that this team is famous for. That's why they're having a press conference at 8 o'clock tonight on Zoom.
Feels like they told their team, stay off social media until we talk to you.
Sam Kennedy, our number is 617-779-0985. And Breslow, same to you. Anytime you want to check in, babe. Anytime.
Babe.
Anytime. Give us a ring.
Lee Dickman doesn't work here anymore.
You guys have telephones? You idiots have telephones? Call us. We'd love to talk. Love to talk to you. Love to chat.
Door's always open.
Zoom.
All the good vibes in the garbage can after a weekend like that. What a shame. Shameful what they've done.
What a massive, like you said yesterday, what a massive weekend. Like, it's just
blown. Forget it.
Thrown
like
away
it didn't happen
15
now.
minutes when I talked to you yesterday on the ride home.
Like it never happened.
Yeah. I was driving home with my son, and he's always on his phone. He's like, holy Jesus, Dad, they just traded Devers. I'm like, bull crap, who said that? He says, some guy, Jeff Pass. I said, Jeff Passan? I said, check that thing right now. And he's looking at it. And I'm like, hurry up, check it. Because I just got off the phone with you. And I'm like, check the damn thing. And he's like, it says it's legit. I'm like, go to another thing. He's like, oh, this other site has it. And then we turn on here, and they had some gambling show or some national radio show on. They broke in with the breaking news. So I was like, holy crap, it's real. Yeah. Floored. I didn't think it would happen. I'm with you. I was for it, but I didn't think it would happen. I didn't think they had the balls to do it. Really didn't.
Oh, no, they don't. They just have plenty of stupidity between their two ears. So that's why they did it. I don't think it's about balls. I don't think it's about bravery. What does it take to just unload a player and give him away?
Right.
That takes balls?
And send him to the airport in a cab and release a generic statement on Twitter. Third baseman / DH.
Having balls would be doing it and then talking about it and taking it head on. They won't do that. Please, you're giving them entirely too much credit.